darkness. Before there was order, there was chaos. An endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new-formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long-lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. The traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck. And the girl willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Isfjell. So, inside the vault, Aldis has taken some time to sit down and work her way through identifying a large number of the magical items in this vault. So, players now, as you look around, you know what these things are. You can look around, you can recognise giant skulls, arrow-catching shields, bracelets of speed, tridents of fish command, and many other very useful magical items. And meanwhile, outside the vault, what have Kressara and Adair been up to for about an hour or so whilst this identification's been going on?
Nothing bad.
I'm just keeping an eagle eye on Kressara to keep her out of trouble.
Me?
And no, we'll say to Kressara, your friends are probably dead in there, you know.
Well, I certainly hope not, but I have a little bit more confidence in them than that.
Right. Well, do you know how to? Do you know how to play dragon chess?
I think that's one of the things that she picked. Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, why don't we play a game whilst we wait to listen out for the screams of your friends?
So what happens if you lose?
You want to make a bet on this?
Depends. What do you have?
What? Okay, how about this? If I win, you will stop with the inappropriate comments.
Those are sort of built in. I can't really turn that off. I was thinking more along the lines of strip chess, but okay.
He sort of looks you up and down trying to count like items of clothing.
If he's counting clothing, that means he's got some interest.
Real question is, does he like what he sees? Yeah.
Fine, okay.
Strip chess it is.
Strip chess. Okay. And what I want you to do, Kressara, is I want you to make me I'm gonna say 3 intelligence rolls, and we'll follow up on the effects of this when someone opens the door from the vault.
Oh boy. Okay. Yes. All right, so 3.
Meanwhile inside the vault, Aldis is busy identifying. Davina is busy she's searching around almost manically through the things, lifting stuff, opening boxes, shoveling her hands through piles of gold coins. She goes, oh God, I can't find it. It's not in here. Shit. Maybe one of the giants has it. God, I came all this way. think. It has to be in here somewhere. Oh, if only I'd learned that bloody... I should have learned the spell to locate objects. It made my life a lot easier. Alright, start again from the... And she starts methodically going back through the chamber again. As Davina is searching, and Aldis is identifying, Torvald and Uno, what are you doing?
I was going to try to leave through the astral plane, I believe, or like a different plane. But now that combat seems to be over, can I just open the door?
Not from the inside, no.
Okay. I'll stick with that plan then. So I was going to use my ethereal step. And we agreed just to make it happen through here, so I can kind of just step over here. Pop out.
Pop out of the ethereal plane.
So I pop into the... I'll look at Davina and say, keep looking. I'll just vanish. And then pop out on the other side of the wall and make sure Kressara and Adair are doing okay.
And as you pop out the other side of the wall, you hear, fine, strip chess.
Could you open the door before you do that? Or actually, maybe you should do it and then open the door. Like, do all the clothes stuff, put them back on, open the door, whatever. I don't want to see it.
Did you just walk through? He looks at the wall, looks at you. I said we should improve the defenses. What? It's a locked chamber. People just walk through walls.
Sorry about it. I'm gonna go over to the door and try to do the sigil that Aldis told me.
Alright. Do you have it written down?
She described it to me briefly during combat, and I did my best to submit it to
Alright. Make me an intelligence check, because
okay.
I think having it been briefly described.
Intelligence check, please. Do well.
Briefly described secondhand information.
I got a 9.
The door doesn't open.
That's fine. It's pretty soundproof in there, huh? I can't like yell at Aldis. Okay, well I can only step through the ethereal plane once, so plumb out of luck there. I guess technically no, because we could get finicky since we're not technically in initiative, but okay, well I'll attempt to open the door. It does not work, and then I'll look back over to the giant and just kind of... I forgot it. Could you do it?
No.
You're just gonna leave them trapped in there?
That was the entire point of putting them in there.
But you left people out. People that you're now apparently stripping with.
Hey, look, I've only lost one round so far.
What article of clothing are they missing?
Cloak.
Oh, good. Okay.
Second round?
Am I now somehow involved in this?
I mean, you can play.
Would you like to be?
Are there... I'm hoping that the reason you're playing poker is because there's a betting pool and there's something that's being gotten out of this other than just getting naked. Is that correct? Is there some kind of a stake other than just nudity?
The eagle's gonna clear its throat.
That's
You're already nude. Get out of this.
That's sort of the stake here. And it's not poker, it's dragon chess.
Dragon chess.
Mm-hmm.
Strip dragon chess.
Yes.
God. Nerds. Okay. I'm gonna try to bust down the door while they're doing that then. Unless
Alright.
I can offer up a stake, in which case my stake would be if I win, open up the door. Actually,
Alright.
what type of game is Dragon Chess? What type of skill set would I need to be good at
I
this?
think it's actually an option on gaming proficiencies, which Kressara, if you could have added it if you have.
I think I
proficiency in.
do on. Sorry, I have a new setup I'm not used to yet.
It's one of the default games, I think. It's just chess with dragon's foot on the front, so clearly.
Una was
fantastical.
adopted and trained to kill. I don't think she's ever played Dragon Chess in her life.
Look. Alright, well in this case, if I'll take a break from I'll alternate my games. And if you win a game, I will open the door for you.
Okay.
If you lose, you will
I don't know where to find it.
stop trying to kick down that door.
Okay. Deal. Until then, she'll just start banging
Deal.
on it.
Wait, you. Alright, so I'd like you to, for when your game happens, Moira, make me an intelligence roll, add your proficiency if you do have a proficiency in the gaming set.
Not at all.
Meanwhile, whilst these shenanigans are going on outside, Torvald checked in on you. What's Torvald doing?
Torvald is a dwarf in a diamond store. He's gonna go. He's gonna go around and just pick up any gems that he sees, any gemstones, and start tucking them away in the bag of holding.
Okay. So yeah, as listed on the brief, there's about 200 gems of assorted value scattered around. You can tell that some of them are fairly common. Some of them look pretty darn valuable. And there's a few diamonds scattered in there.
He will prioritize diamonds, and I'll let you know in a second the other gemstones that he's
Yes, and
prioritizing.
I'll give you a breakdown of numbers of magically important gemstones.
Yes.
When I get... it's clear. I don't care that how many gemstones. Are there any diamonds worth at least this amount?
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, so Nal turns to Kressara and says, well, pause this for a moment. He's already lost his cloak and he's losing the second round. So we'll just put this on pause for a moment. Right. Because that noise is really making my head hurt. And I'd like to... Okay, sit down. We'll play a game. If you win, I'll open the door for you. So make me an intelligence check, please, Uno.
Oh.
12. Hang on, how's... Oh, that might actually be enough, because I've rolled a 7, and I have a feeling that this guy's not actually that smart.
Sorcerers.
Yeah, that's a 9. So yeah,
Yes! I love when
Uno?
mediocre rolls do well.
it's a fairly tight game, but they
Just imagining
You-
this, like, just awful moves.
Yeah.
Just like expose their queen. It was like, clearly can't take that one. It's like out thinking themselves.
Trading its
Yeah.
queen on.
right.
Yes, gotta get those
Uh,
pawns because they could be queens in the future. So it's
That's
important.
right.
Important.
Yeah, by the time you reach the end, everyone's got like 3 queens each. It's a mess.
all pawns have opportunity for greatness.
Right, I'll open the door.
Great.
And so, for the sake of combining timelines, I'd like to say, Aldis, by this point, these games of chess have taken some time, and by this point you've identified all the things that were on the list that I have already handed over. And it's at this point that Niall walks up to the door and
traces this squiggly, complicated sigil, and the door swings open. And yeah, the rest of you see now still dressed aside from his cloak, which has been. He sort of looks down at the ruins of the Guardian and goes, "It's really expensive."
I told you, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Wouldn't have come out if it wasn't dead already. All right, down to the skull. And Una will go ahead and head over to the skull.
And Nell looks at Kressara and goes, "I'm really tempted just to shut that door again."
You still have a move to make over here, and I'm pretty sure if you don't move that queen, I'm taking it.
I don't know where to move it to. I only rolled a 3.
Yes! Move it right here next to where I'm fixing to take it.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know you. I kind of was assuming that, Northern barbarians weren't good at chess.
Just because we're strong, we're not smart.
On behalf of the entire party, I would like to shift into human form, intercede, and move the queen somewhere that would make it safe. I would like to do that.
Yes.
No!
Make me an intelligence check, Adair.
Now-
Let's see.
now
Let's
here's the
see how
thing.
good a chess Adair is.
That's cheating.
Yeah. Oh man, that's not so good. That's a 22.
Yeah, I think that.
It's okay. Adair just wants to
Adair,
see
the Grandmaster.
Kressara move some clothing.
So yes, Kressara, you lose that match.
Adair, I hate you so much.
I will literally lean over and kiss her on the forehead and then pat her on the head and walk into the treasure room.
You're lucky I like you, because I hate you.
So you, Adair, you're
You can still get naked if
in
you
the
want.
treasure room.
Okay.
And Uno, you're back in the treasure room.
Dragon skull,
And-
dragon skull.
Noel just kind of looks to Kressara, gives a shrug, snaps his fingers, and the door swings shut again. That seems an improvement on the situation.
So you did want alone time with me. I knew it.
Well, look, I can open the door and put you in there as well if you'd like.
You just hear a very muffled, "I can only move through planes once!"
Why are you such an asshole?
Me? It's a God-given talent.
Speaking of God, here, I've got a pamphlet for you. All about the Mist King and how to join.
Well, I'll give it a read through later. Not heard of this Mist King.
He's very, very powerful. Definitely something you should look into. I've actually built a shrine to him, so if you go and I explain where to go, the shrine is there.
You see, I will. Wait, I have to go to Verandra, Dead Man's Port.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Do you want me to just build
Why would-
another one? Where can I build them?
Look, you're not going to get many converts if they all have to go to literally the worst city in the world.
I'll quit hitting on you if you take me. If you two things, you have to do two things, and I won't hit on you again.
All right. What are
Open
they?
that damn door, and stop shutting it, and take me somewhere where I can build a shrine. Otherwise, we're going for round 2 in this strip chest, and you were losing.
I think I can still win.
I don't think you can. Just open the door.
Fine, but look. I warn you, and I'm warning you this now. This is serious. This is no more, joking around. The king might be under the sway of that annoying little dwarf's spell for now. But I assure you that when he regains his right mind, which he will in time, I'm sure, he will be most displeased about any missing treasures. And he will be also exactly aware of who took those treasures. And giants have a very long memory, and we have no compunction against going and finding our treasure and getting it back. Or
So it means you'll never forget me. I'm touched. Luckily, the party's thief, which is me, is not in there, so I don't think any treasure's going to go missing.
all right. I'm just saying that, well, while under the king's orders, I cannot today stop you from taking anything. I will ensure that we hunt you down at a later date.
Is that a promise? And where can I build my shrine?
I don't know, stick it in a corner. He just points to the corner of the room. I don't...
Now,
I've literally never heard of this god.
He's an incredibly powerful god, and I'm gonna need some things to make a shrine out of. So bring me those. You want me to stop hitting on you, right? Because we already know you're never gonna forget me, and if they steal anything, you're gonna hunt me down.
I'd like you to make me a persuasion check, Kressara, as this is going on. Meanwhile, people in the vault, is there anything you want to be up to, vault people?
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple of things out of what I've identified and place them in my bag of withholding. And then I'm going to search for more stuff that might not have been on the list.
Okay, what are you taking? And roll me an investigation check, please.
Okay, just one moment. I am going to pocket the air elemental gem, the iron flask, and the ship in a bottle.
Oh, nice present. And yeah, investigation check, please.
Investigation.
It's not here. It's not here. I came all this way and it's not here. Damn it. How can...
I hear Davina saying this, I'm going to walk over and... What is it you're looking for?
It should be about this big. It looks like a fragment of glass, like a piece of a wand. That's what all the descriptions say. That's what all the texts describe it. It was a glass wand that split into 9 parts. This should be one of the parts. The text
Would you like me to
suggests
try and find it?
If you could, yeah. I really wish I'd learnt that spell.
I've done identify on everything that looked magical at first, and nothing of that description is here.
I'm going to look at Aldis and go, it's okay, I'll take a look anyway.
Okay, Aldis, I'd like you to make me a deception check at advantage, because Adair is helping.
Use my other dice, because my investigation roll for magical stuff in the room was a 2.
No, you don't find anything of particular interest other than what you found already.
You said with advantage for the deception, right?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. That is a 6 for deception.
6 total?
Total. I rolled a 2. I need new dice.
Davina, sort of looks at you. Looks at Adair. You took it, didn't you?
I didn't take anything. I just walked into the room. I find that extreme.
No, she did.
Is that you or the
She was messing
demon
around with that-
talking?
What? No, I'm not a demon. Okay, I'm only a bit demon. Like half. Look, I saw you messing around with that chest when we came into the room. You must have taken it then. Look, please, please, I need this. I need this, like, to save Teal'c. I need this to vanish the monster and save my people.
That the moment I touched hands on that chest, we were attacked. There's nothing in that chest.
Nothing in it now. Look, I know.
How will this help you save Teal'c?
I spoke to an oracle, a druidic oracle. They said that this wand, if I got enough of it, could be used to fight the beast, the creature that crawled out of the ground, Nidhogg.
Well, the first thing I would say is you really should never trust a druid. Just off, especially druid oracle. But on the other side of that, accusing dear sweet Aldis, who's never heard a fly, of stealing something is just, I'm very disappointed in you after all we've done to try and keep you safe on this journey so far. And I really think you owe her an apology.
I want a roll from you here, Adair, and it's up to you whether this is deception, persuasion, or intimidation, because I think this could be literally any of those, depending on the tack you're taking here.
Well, literally, I suck at all of them equally, so it doesn't matter.
As long as you rolled better than I have been today.
Well, we'll know if the dice goes sailing across the room. Let's see how it goes here. That was a 3. Actually, it was a 1 because with the -2 modifier.
You're lying. Stop lying. I know you have it. Look, I also know that I can't fight you for this. If I try and fight you, there's 4 of you and 1 of you, and you will kill me. I saw what you could do to the serpent. I saw what you did to that mechanical thing there. Please, if you won't hand over, I'm begging you, please help Teal'c. Help us. Help to banish or bind or kill or somehow get rid of this monster.
Now, see, why didn't you think to do that first instead of accusing someone of stealing? I mean, you could have nicely said, if you have it, I could really use your help to save these people. I mean, don't we seem like the kind of nice people?
I didn't accuse you of stealing. It's not mine. I accused you of lying.
Well, okay. That I have to be honest about, that yes, we probably did. But you still could have started with asking for help instead of, being all forthright and everything and pointing out our dishonesty.
I'm sorry. But look, things haven't been easy for me lately. I got thrown out of my country, my father got killed, and now my country is being eaten by a horror monster from under the ground, and I almost got swallowed by a sea serpent. I almost got murdered by a giant metal monster. It's been a rough few weeks, and look, please, I'm literally begging you. you want to stop the end of the world or whatever Torvald was talking about. Well, maybe this monster is the start of that. Maybe this is part of the end of the world that you saw coming. And look, and if it's not, well, what's the point of stopping the end of the world if hundreds of people and towns will be destroyed because of this?
We're not denying that. And it's likely that it is part of what we're trying to stop. So, yes, we'll help. I can't guarantee how soon we will be able to help.
Thank you.
Not to butt in, but isn't that kind of a time-sensitive thing? There's a beast eating the world, right? We kind of have to do that soon, don't we?
Well, the thing is, we have to get particular items first in order to solve that issue. I think.
Is it the same issue?
Is it? Probably.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do our best. I'm down.
Davina looks over to Torvald, who... well, what's Torvald been doing whilst all this is...
What is it? 42? 43? Why are you staring at me? What can I do for you? Oh, I've lost count.
We're at 43.
It doesn't matter. And it's this point that you hear the creak as Gnarl opens the door of the chamber and goes, "Fine, door open. I will talk to not the king. I will find somewhere for you to build a shrine. If you promise to leave after you've done that."
Sorrowfully, but yes, I will.
Right. And I promise not to shut the door again. Okay, well, I will go and find someone to put your shrine. I will be back, and remember your side of the agreement. He's sort of picking up his cloak off the ground, and pinning it back on. And then he turns and leaves.
I'm going to say
Wow.
love badger, love badger, love badger, and I'm going to have the 3 mice rats in my hand, and I'm going to go, "The man who just left has cheese in his pants."
Oh, make me an animal handling here.
You're
Animal
completely
deception.
forgiven.
Ooh,
That's-
nat 20. Plus 4, so 24.
They dash off, like scurrying after the giant. You watch as one like hops onto the back of his cloak.
You make me proud, Adair. So glad we met.
Meanwhile, Torvald's doffing his armor.
What?
He's taking
Torvald's
off his
taking his
He's
armor.
taking his armor off.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Well, wait a
No,
minute. It was okay
Not
when
what
it's
I
a
want to
giant.
see. Put it back on.
Well, I've got clothes on.
Oh.
You don't have to be disgusting about it. As he's eyeing this gleaming set of armor.
At least, if you're going to take that armor,
It's very shiny.
we need to make it look like we didn't steal anything. I don't want my ex-almost lover thing chasing us down and hunting us forever.
What about the skull? How do we... I don't...
How heavy is it?
I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty noticeable when it's gone, is the problem.
What if we pile this treasure up and make it look like there's a skull underneath it?
There's 2 skulls, so we could just have one be poking out and
Yes.
seem... Okay. And then
Yep,
I was
well-
thinking, I don't know if we can get the whole skull out. I might do that. Have y'all ever seen that thing where things break and then people put it together and they use gold to glue it back together? And it's like, admiring its imperfections. We should do that with the skull. I think that'll be the best way to take it out.
Either that or you go inside the skull and you follow us and we put like a giant cloak over the top of it and pretend we have a wagon or something.
Sure.
That way you don't have to break it.
I'm okay with anything. I'm willing to break it. That's fine if that's what's necessary, but preferably not. I don't want to get in trouble with giants. That doesn't seem like a good decision.
I want to search the room again because my last search was completely failed. So I want to try.
Okay, you've essentially got about another hour before Noel returns from wherever he wants. So if anyone wants to do any additional searching or attune to anything, now is your chance. Also, let me know if anyone else takes anything, just so I know what's missing.
Torvald would like ask Aldis what you found and kind of,
if
decide
I
if there's
find
anything.
anything.
I will help search.
Okay, Aldis, you may roll at advantage then. This time round, you've got Kressara to help.
Yeah, let's roll better.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
sort of-
natural 20 plus 4, so 24. Wait,
You're welcome.
sorry, plus 1, not 4. So 21.
Okay, so this time with Kressara, I think it's perhaps a couple of things. With Kressara as an extra pair of eyes, but also without the distraction of Davina flapping around, moving things whenever you just moved them, it's a lot easier to search. And as you are looking around this chamber, let's see, you find 2 things. First of all, you find a small silver ring with a pearl set into it.
Ooh, okay.
And second, you find a silver box about this big, this wide. Looks to have like a sliding lid, and it's decorated on the outside with engravings of all sorts of things: sun, moon, stars, skulls, sort of all intertwined and engraved across the outside of it.
Okay. Do I still have time to do 2 more rituals of identify? It's about 10 minutes each, about 11 minutes each.
Yes, you do. Whilst she is doing that, would anyone else like to do anything else?
I would like
Torvald's
to
going to be
take
donning the armor. And assuming that I know about the items that you already mentioned, he would be grabbing the he could grab the gauntlets and potentially the shield if he is made aware of their existence.
Yes, Aldis would have announced it as she found out what each item was as she moved on to the next one.
Yeah, I
I can
would have
imagine
taken
sort of holding things up in the air going, and we have a...
Pretty
the- the
much.
speed bracelets, please.
Like QVC. And here we have bracelets of
Can I take 2,000 gold?
Yes, if you can carry it.
I can carry it. Equipment. I gotta recoup my my losses, my monetary losses.
Just don't fall into any deep water, I'll say.
if you already have attunements, you just replace one.
Yes,
You're not
yeah. So you can have
attuned
3 attunements at any time, but you can replace existing attunements with new attunements. Unless you're attuned to a cursed item, in which case you're stuck there until you remove the curse.
Don't think any of them are cursed. Unless the spider climbing hat is cursed.
It is not. No.
Okay. So Torvald
No
would,
more spider dwarf.
yeah.
He takes off this beautiful.
Unfortunately, unless anyone has need of a cloak of protection. But yeah, he would take off the spider climbing hat and kind of offer it up.
We can't leave him behind. I can carry a lot. I can't use it, but I'll take it and put it in my bag. So the party still has it. Wait, hat with my rod? Sweet!
Oh, jeez. She turn into the spider queen of dominatrix.
Just cosplaying as some kind of drow matron mother, I think.
Okay.
Okay. So Torvald's putting on this new, very shiny, freshly polished looking armor. Adair, are you taking anything? Are you?
I would like to find a quiet corner and take a short rest while they're sifling through all this stuff.
Yes, you may. And Uno, what are you doing with your skull?
I would have taken the bracelets of speed if they were announced. So I've got those. And then other than that, I don't know. I actually might give up on the skull because I don't want giants to be mad at me, and I may as well just kill one myself. So
You could take its teeth.
ooh, dragon tooth. Well, I'm kind of more of a skull person is the thing.
Take the teeth and make a weapon with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't care about the dragon. I care about the skull. Are there human skulls? Are there skulls of smaller animals?
Not in this room, no.
Tragic.
No.
Okay.
It seems like it weren't worthy of including a treasure hoard.
I will kill and carve my own dragon skull someday. I will do that myself. So I would have taken that, and then if no one took the mystery key, I'll take that too.
Alright. Gained one mysterious key.
Ooh.
So, Aldis, your identification identifies that the ring is a ring of acid resistance. It requires attunement and pretty much does what it says on the tin. It makes you resistant to acid damage.
Okay, that's the ring. And what was the little box?
And the little box is something altogether more worrying. And had you not, you feel that you're not even sure that when you found this, that it was there a moment before. Like, the ring, you can understand it slipped between the pavers. This box seemed very elusive, and you swear it wasn't on that pile of gold when you searched around the first time round. But now it is. And what you have here is a box of cards. Among other things. One could almost say that this is many things. In fact, this is a deck of many things. This is 13 cards, which, if drawn, can have world-altering consequences.
Oh, good. All right, I'll put the ring on, and I'll pocket the deck of many things.
Use it wisely. Although it's completely random, so...
If I use it. Let's see.
I thought things were just too calm and orderly around here.
Torvald's also going to take the armor that he's taking off and kind of set it where the gleaming plate was, since it's custom made armor by Torvald. So, it's still a treasure, just different kind of treasure.
one could almost say a greater treasure, made with love and dedication.
Indeed.
Okay.
We'll do the same thing with his shield too.
Alright, so you have gained the shield and you have gained the armor. Uno has the braces of speed. Kressara, were you taking anything?
I am going to hold on to the spider climb hat and the cloak if Torvald was not holding on to it, so we don't lose them. And then
Torvald's gonna keep the cloak. It was
Okay.
either or. So
Okay, then I'll take the spider thing. I'll have to find that later. And the 2,000 gold, and then I will later beg Aldis for the other little trinkets that she may have found.
Okay. Alright. So, as Aldis finishes identifying the box of doom,
Except for that, I don't want that.
Null returns. And you see as he looks through the door, he sort of scans over the Hoard. Impressed by your restraint.
We told you we'd only take things that we needed to help us save the world, and we were true to our word. We're not trying to rob you blind, we're just trying to get things to help us.
I see that.
My shrine?
Yes, follow me. I will show you to where you can build a shrine, and then I would honestly advise you leave this castle before I tell the Queen what you did to her husband.
No, hold on. I didn't do anything to him.
I was talking to the dwarf.
Can I make a suggestion for the what are you making? What are you building? The shrine. What about putting that skull on it?
He would love that. We need to put the skull on the shrine.
Okay, if I don't get the skull, no one gets the skull. Not fair.
Shut up, Uno. Shut up, Uno. We definitely need to put the skull on the shrine.
Wait, which skull?
There's
the big
two
skull or the
skulls,
small
so-
skull?
The one that Uno wants, because we have a plan.
Okay, well then I'm taking the smaller one.
No, stop. We have a plan. Shut up.
I'm standing right here.
Do you not see my clothing? There are skulls everywhere. It's my thing.
Whichever one is feasible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, we definitely need the skull.
Look, I'll take Valarax rather than the ancient one. No, picks up this dragon skull. You identify it belonged to an ancient adult green dragon. This one. It's okay.
Okay, so it's the smaller green, the smaller.
Yeah, it's the smaller skull. Yes.
Not the
It
big
tried to steal our gold.
Wow.
We considered mounting it above the door to the vault, but
What did the other one
we never
do?
got round to it. Tried to steal our gold.
Both of them?
Yeah, dragons.
Oh.
Seemingly their thing.
Rude.
I know.
Hmm.
But yeah, we never got around to mounting it above the door, so we just stuck it in the vault for the time being. I'm thinking of maybe just getting an array of skulls of thieves and just like decorating the wall outside. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds kind of nice, actually. We need the other one too, please, for the mist god.
No. Well, look.
Fine, just go. Go. You want us to leave? Go. Put it on the thing. I'll take a step back to Uno. I'm like, sorry, I tried to get the other one.
And it now waits until you've all exited the vault and snaps his fingers again, he washes the door, slams shut, and the glittering gold disappears.
You did promise
Yes.
you'd never shut the door again.
The common sense assumption was I would not shut the door again while your friends were in there. I'm not just leaving the vault door open forever. That would be stupid.
I was just pointing it out, that's all.
Has anyone told you can be really annoying?
Never.
You see, and he looks around, sort of meeting the eye of the other four, like. Right, up this way and here. We were using this as honestly, I can't remember what we used to use this room for, but it's too drafty, and yeah, we've got plenty of rooms in this place. It's got a sea view.
Oh, yes. You'll definitely love that.
And here's your skull, and I can't promise that anyone will visit the shrine, but you may build a shrine here. Go ahead.
I get to work. I want the biggest shrine that I can possibly build in this room. Huge, preferably facing. I want him to have a view of the sea, so I want it to face towards the sea.
Alright. So, time passes. Kressara is building away at this shrine. Is anyone helping her?
Yes. Yes.
Thorvald will not help build a shrine to a different god. He's going to just spend time, checking out his new stuff and figuring out how it works.
Yeah,
Armor very shiny.
Uno would spend time attuning. And then after that, she'd probably just go wander off.
Okay, and Adair, I'm sure we all know how keen Adair is in gods, and he is putting us all into making a new shrine to a new god.
Well, I'll help her build the shrine, but I will complain the whole time about how there are no gods and that this is an absolute waste of time. And I hope she is at least having some idea to steal the skull out of doing all this to make it worthwhile.
Yes, as well, we're not going to attach the skull to the shrine, so we're not stealing anything from the Myth King. So I just wanted him to bring it in here so that we could steal it for Uno.
Doesn't it seem odd that if you're trying to use the skull as a way to dissuade others of that creature, why would you put it in the Hoard? You would think you would put it outside as a warning.
I don't think they're known for their intelligence around here or something. Like, I don't know.
I just keep building my shrine. These shrine building tactics. I don't know.
Kressara? Can
Yeah.
we split the shrine?
Split it.
Share it?
If you're talking about that queen bitch, no. I absolutely love you, but I don't trust her, and I think she's going to try to kill you.
Oh, I'm not unaware of that.
Oh no, I don't want her any more powerful than she already is. I will help you build one elsewhere.
What about in the corner of the room, over there?
Not in the same room. Definitely not a good idea. I don't want her to even know that this is going on. I'm sure you understand. Don't
Out by the beach.
In the ocean, yes. In the ocean, as far out as we can possibly go. That's perfect. We just chuck a rock, mirror person, thunk. Perfect.
That might get me killed faster, but
I mean, she has to go through me first, so you got time to run.
she might kill me in my sleep.
Huh. Really should have taken a spell that doesn't let you sleep. We can, well, we'll build one somewhere away.
Okay.
far away, far
That'd be a
away,
lot of shiny though.
and it can be really, really small. Like,
Okay. Sorry.
Micro shrine. Call this.
yes, the new trend. All the gods are doing it. Tiny homes.
Portable shrines. Yeah, so Kressara. At some point partway through, as you're starting to build this shrine, you suddenly, for a brief moment, you feel sort of a connection has been made as this fragment of this wand that you've shoved in your pocket, and slowly sort of attuning away to you, and you feel this kind of, as this connection forms, you get a flash of a vision, and this sort of sense of pull of calling away to the east, and you get the flash of a vision of this dark, shadowy chamber. You can hear sort of low chanting and what sounds like Elvish. And you see the shadow of two figures, one of which is holding a scepter in one hand and is crowned by this elaborate headdress that is to you immediately familiar because you've got one. And the second shadowed figure is also familiar. You recognise the shadow of a tall figure dressed in robes, and from their face you see this long mat of writhing tentacles. It's just a blink of a vision and a sense of eastward calling, and then it's gone. And you're sort of back to, you were having a conversation with Aldis.
That was very strange. You're muted.
Is what's her name in the room?
Davina is not in the room. She is outside the room, sort of head in hand, seems to be muttering her way to herself. Uno, you would have heard as you left the room.
I would have took her with me. If
Okay,
if I wandered off, I'd be like, come with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, she will go with you. She's like, and yeah, we'll get back to you and
Tell me your
Davina in a sec.
troubles. Yeah, I'll let her mutter to me.
Yeah. So Davina is not there.
What's wrong, Kressara?
So I'm gonna stick my hand. So she's nowhere near the room, correct? It's just Adair, Aldis, Torvald, and me. Okay. I'm gonna stick my hand in my pocket and just sort of let the light hit what I've got in my pocket and put it back. Did anything strange happen when you got one?
When I touched the wand, I saw something that led us to here. And I do have another piece, but it's not connecting to the wand. There's a piece missing in between the two.
Is it the one that I've got?
Maybe. I am going to try to convince the bag of withholding to open up and let me have the wand piece and the bigger wand piece.
All right. Make me a persuasion check, please, to try and. And once again, we offer the traditional power of "God damn you, James."
While
At least a warlock has it. Like, it'd be really bad if like one of the other of us had it. It'd be awful.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna
love
light
this item.
candles on my shrine.
Okay, you're lighting shrine candles.
Get that going.
All right, so we'll get back to you guys. No, the bag is not opening. It's very safe in there. The bag kind of sulkily goes,
Please, 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 please.
Maybe it just needs a nap.
Yeah, it probably
shrine that we
does.
built. Show him the shrine that we built.
Back, do you like the shrine?
The bag shows no indication of liking the shrine. It's a bag.
I've informed James of his damning. So y'all know. I went ahead and yelled it at him.
I like to think that "Damn you, James" translates to some kind of elder language and actual
Yes.
phonetics for some kind of a spell.
Oh, well, yeah, you're probably right. I did kind of just shove. I found things that I thought you would like, and they're in the bag too. So we'll have to get them when it's rested, I guess.
That's all right. We can try it again later. I'll have to talk to you about what I saw, because either something bad's gonna happen or just made me their queen, and I don't think it's that one.
All right. So, meanwhile, Uno and Davina are sort of wandering through some of the corridors of the giant castle, sort of looking up at this massive architecture. And Davina is sort of in the corridors going, "Look, and I know, and I've failed at yet another thing, and it's just one thing after another, isn't it? Just."
What did you fail?
Sorry, I've been rambling on at you. This whole thing it seemed like such a good idea. Go to the giants, get a fragment of a mythic weapon, and then do something with it. I didn't really even think that far through. Like,
isn't that what you did? You're at the giants.
Well,
step one. You know where the wand is, and you have a promise that it'll be dealt with. You completed all the steps.
I guess I did, but
not in the way you thought you would.
It's like this every time I try something. I tried to rescue my father once, and all I succeeded doing was setting fire to a bunch of people that turned out to be my allies.
You told me he was a shitty father, wasn't he?
Well, yes, but he's... Maybe, but...
I think you're too hard on yourself. Maybe that's the reason why you keep messing up. You have too much stuff going on in your brain.
Maybe, and...
I have one mission in life. I stick to one code, one honorific. I want to do my best to be rid of any undead. It's something that's important to me. It's what brings my family fame. I stick to it. I don't really think about it that much. When I think about it, I get stressed, which is what my whole situation with you has been, because I'm not quite sure what category you fall in, and it's been stressful.
I'm
and
not
therefore
undead.
I haven't killed anyone yet, you know? Yeah, but you might... I know, but moral... I try to do what's best for as many people as possible. And
yeah, I'm not sure about...
having a demon inside of you, plus your stuff that you've done, your case is difficult. And so I don't like thinking about it. So I haven't. Instead, I've just kind of accidentally made you a companion.
Yeah, look, I know I messed up with the whole laboratory thing, and the demon summoning, but
I've messed up too. It's fine.
I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm not trying to shift the blame away from myself, but everything was falling apart. Like, literally everything that could go wrong was going wrong. There were cultists running around in the streets. There were elves talk of elves invading, and weird dark magic stuff going on, and it was just chaos. And everything that happened, and every step that was taken at city seemed to lead us further and further into bad things. And I wonder sometimes if that was not entirely, if that was accidental, or if there was someone behind the scenes pulling strings, trying to make things fall apart, trying to destroy.
Specifically?
Not for me, but for the whole of our country. Someone who had something to gain that for us to be weak and broken and distracted.
Oh, other kingdoms, I'm sure. There's constantly strings going on. You just gotta do the best with what you're dealt.
There was talk. Rumor I heard from someone about an elf wizard up at the castle. That might have been something to do with it, but thing is, she was the one who gave me the books about summoning the demon.
Okay, so, I mean, let's think about that real quick. Let's unpack it. Remember, we put a lot of things on tables. Let's take them out, okay? So you had someone that you suspect might be pulling strings give you books to summon demon.
Well, this is only afterwards that I kind of had time to think about it and think that...
Yes.
She seemed really
thinking about it.
Really friendly and nice.
Okay, so maybe that's... a lot of nice people are really bad people. And a lot of assholes are really good people. You can't really judge right away. So here, I think, rather than thinking that you messed up or whatever, we're gonna take care of it. I guess that's kind of what this crew does. I just hopped in, and I'm part of it now.
The others didn't seem too keen on taking care of it or helping.
I think they're just worn out. From what I understand, they've been taking care of it in quotations for months. So I think we'll get there. I think they just don't want to make any promises that they're worried they won't be able to keep. But I'll make that promise to you, just in one-on-one. I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. And in the meantime, you can work on whatever that elf situation is and try to do your part. What are you good at? Are you good at... I know you've had a lot of failures, so what are your successes?
Okay. I am really good at setting fire to things in many varied and exciting ways.
That's great. That's cool.
I successfully bound a fire elemental into crystals.
Oh.
Took a lot of work.
That's interesting.
I mean, I successfully summoned a demon. That was actually apparently quite hard to do.
So you have an affinity for magic.
I'm a wizard.
Specifically fire magic. Yes, you're a wizard. You've studied. That's great. Well, then keep studying things.
I think I need to expand my horizons outside of fire magic and
yes,
evocation magic, because things like, that spell to locate things like that would really have come in handy so many times. And if I'm going to be honest, once you know one way to make things explode, you possibly don't need to know 10 other ways to make things explode.
Not at all. I agree. I mean, maybe know like 3, just for fun, have a couple options, but yeah, no, I started with fire, just kind of as
you did?
Yeah, well, I made a blood pact with I'm actually not sure how it happened. I was very young. It was kind of forced upon me. But I've been infused with basically blood of the undead in order to be better to kill them. And part of the way that I do that is with fire, because I was taught I should fight fire with fire because my village was burned down when I was a child. So I started with that, but now I also have other magical capabilities like lightning. I can do lightning stuff. I can do like radiant stuff. I've branched out a little bit, and I hope to keep branching out. Fire consumes people.
Yes.
I haven't done this much talking in a long time. I'm sorry if I'm messing it up. I'm usually I'm on kind of like a nicer kick. I used to be more of an asshole, but now my brother's dying, and so I'm kind of like, it's a thing. It's fine. It's just it's a whole thing. So I'm trying to be like an advice person, but I've never done that in my life.
No, it's fine. I've not been. I'm kind of out of practice at the whole talking to people thing.
Okay.
But
cool.
We should probably head back. They'll probably be done building there. I'm still confused about the whole shrine thing, but
Me too. Everything they do is confusing. I just kind of go with it. They seem like nice people, but they are very weird.
you're very weird. Like, I swear, like the woman with the Kressara, she was flirting with giants. It just seems.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
And
I mean, I'm giving an advice to a woman possessed by a demon, so I think we're all just kind of.
okay.
I think weird
but you've
just
also
comes
got
with the category.
actual druids wandering around, not in a wood, and someone who's, if I'm not mistaken, sold her soul to the fairies.
Not everyone gets magic by studying. Some of us got to do weird stuff. Like I said, dead people blood, it's a whole thing. It's weird. I think about it sometimes at night and it kind of, ugh. Anyway.
I mean, I'm not really one to talk. Like, my shadow points the wrong direction, and I'm fairly sure my parents got up some very dubious shit with demons.
Yeah. It's interesting. But I think you'll be okay. I think we'll all kind of figure it out. I think everyone's a little bit messed up. So do with that messed up what you can. And Una will hug her, but then be very uncomfortable and stop.
It's an incredibly awkward hug.
Great.
Just and
I don't have that drunken confidence that I did the other day. I'll leave it at that. And I'll start walking her back.
All right. So yeah, the shrine has been built, and you head back and reconvene in this chamber. And by this point, sort of, Gnarl Giant is pacing up and down. Who we lost? Lost an Aldis.
Aldis, yes.
Is pacing up and down outside, going. You get the impression that the sooner you leave this castle, maybe the better. But I think as we are mysteriously missing one person through technology glitches, this might actually be a good point to call a break.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll all have all 5 players back in 10 minutes' time. So, Uno and Davina returned to the room where everyone else had finished assembling a shrine to the Mist King. Gnarl the Giant is lurking in the corridor outside. But yeah, the question is, what are you guys doing? You've definitely not been invited to stay, given everything that's occurred.
Well, we should probably get on our way. We won't want to miss our ride out of here, so. Any objections?
Nope, let's go.
Torvald
Alright,
will
so
start to head out, I guess.
you head down the steps from the castle, and Gnarl watches you go. Just I hope never to see any of you again.
You might feel differently after we've saved your hide, so good to meet you.
No promises.
Bye.
Goodbye. And the guard at the door who showed you in goes goodbye and sort of looks curiously at Adair and goes, "Are you all right? Did you went missing?"
No,
I looked all over the. I looked all. No, I searched that bathroom from top to bottom.
Whose bottom? That sounds kind of odd.
Well,
By the way, you
weren't
seem
in
to
there.
have a rat problem in this place. You might want to ask, what's as weird about that?
And you see now, like, he's still got an infestation of rats. I mean, obviously, as he's a giant, they seem very.
So for once, the rats are fleas instead of the fleas having rats.
Pretty much. Yeah, they're still searching him for the cheese. And you hear one of them call out here and goes, "No cheese!"
Keep looking down deeper. You might have to dig for it.
But yeah, you descend the stairs away from the castle of the cloud giants. Sort of wreathed, you see it's sort of wreathed in mist at the moment, and sort of cloud settles around it. And it's pretty much been most of a day, and it's getting dark as you descend down towards the bay, this little harbour, where the Harpy and Captain Silvasny have offloaded their hold full of alcohol. They seem to have taken on some other goods, mostly sort of things of indeterminate nature, to be determined if it ever matters. And yeah, he sort of looks up as you return and goes, "Well, I trust things went well up there. Are you heading on north with us?"
Aye, if you'll have us.
Well, really, I'd rather have you on board in case we run into any more sea serpents.
Wise
So,
choice.
Really hope we don't, because one was more than enough. And, well, may Stormbringer bless our further journey. Well,
Let's hope she does.
As we pass through the village of the normal-sized people, do we pass by any food preparation, restaurants, pubs, anything like that?
Yeah, there's a tavern
Okay.
on the dockside. Quite a small, seems to be like adjoining someone's house. Like, so it sort of works as a tavern when there's a ship in, and otherwise it's not.
So, how's the food in the tavern?
Oh, passable if you like goat.
I'm going to excuse myself to go get some food.
Yeah, actually been a very long day, and I don't think you've been offered anything to eat at any point.
I know, would like to go as well. Goat is good.
I think. Are we all going to get some food?
Davina is contractually obligated.
Okay.
Everyone could be goaded into having some.
Goated? Yeah, we'll get your goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a
Wasn't kidding.
nice bowl of to be like a nice tender goat stew. It's been bubbling away. It's very nicely seasoned. It's actually very good.
So it's quite edible, in other words.
Yeah, you could bleed it.
Once we've eaten and we've agreed the food tastes good, I'd like to just kind of step up and go in the back and talk to the chef.
Okay. You step through the back. You see a half-orcan woman, like busy sort of chopping away at some vegetables to go into another pot of things for tomorrow.
Do you speak common?
Yes.
That was quite a good meal. I would like to say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Have you ever journeyed to the north from here?
Up in Drathvi? Yes.
How about 3 platinum to join us on our journey and be our cook? The cook we had apparently fell into a horrible accident and could no longer remember how to make food.
You want me to leave my home and come on a boat as a cook?
Okay, 4 platinum.
Platinum?
Platinum.
All right, yeah.
But you have to do me a favor. The small, short guy with the helmet, apparently he doesn't... Yes, apparently he has issues with me spending money, so please, if he asks, I paid you 4 copper.
4 copper. I will say you paid me 4 gold.
No. 4 copper.
I would not.
I got a really good
I would
deal.
not have set foot on that boat for 4 copper. It would not be
I know you-
believable.
I
A
know
woman
you
such as
wouldn't.
me.
Okay, it's 5 platinum if you will tell him I paid you 4 copper.
All right. Makes me
working
seem
against me
awful
now.
cheap.
I'm trying to show Torvald that I've begun to understand the value of money. I'm working on this.
Under those terms, yes, I will gladly come along.
And he will hand her 5 platinum on the spot.
And he says, let me just get my things. And you watch she hands over 4 of the platinum to another half-orc. You hear a hushed conversation. You can see just in Orcish. And like, she seems quite excited. But yeah, when you return to the boat, you have with you a cook whose name I will work out in a moment.
It's
Erica.
Orica.
Orica it is. And she steps on board. You see, she exchanges a greeting with some of the other crew. You see her sort of exchange a few words with Harkon. Yeah, you've gained a cook.
We have a new cook.
You are.
Well, I was so excited.
Aldis wants to learn from her, I guess.
And yeah, you'll have some opportunity because it's the harpy remains for the rest of that evening in the bay, but tomorrow it's going to set sail and head off north around the coast, heading to Farwater and then to Ironhaven, and it's going to take a few days. So you will have time to catch up on some bits and bobs as you go, and learn from Orica the art of cooking. But did anyone have anything they wanted to get done that evening before they settle down for the night?
Uno solemnly swears that she will get this chef whatever they want. Any ingredient, any animal. Uno's got it.
Aldis will want to take Kressara off into a corner and try to convince the bag to open up so that they can piece the wand together.
One more try for today.
All right. Please open up. That's a 10.
Oh. No.
Mr. Bag, please. I will feed you my tears.
My gosh.
Bag, give us our stuff.
You can. All right, I'll give you one last roll as tears sort of drop down onto the bag.
Can I help her? Like if I punch
This
myself
is the
and
how.
make myself cry?
She both sat crying over
Okay,
the
so
bag.
this roll is with advantage then?
No, this is the advantage. This is
the advantage, okay.
Yeah, this is the. Otherwise, I mean, you've gonna have several days of journey, so you could just.
15.
That is enough.
All right.
So as the tears start soaking into the leather, you watch as it just kind of opens up.
Thank you, Mr. Bag. So, I'll pull out the 3 items that I pulled aside for Kressara and hand them to her, which was the ship in a bottle, the iron flask, and the elemental gem. And I'm going to hold my hand out for the crystal piece, or the wand of, and I will try to fit all 3 pieces of the wand together.
Okay, so when you take the part that Kressara handed you, as a when you place it to the existing one, there's a flash of bright white light and this kind of thrum in the air.
Okay.
It's louder, it's brighter and sort of stronger than the last time you joined two fragments of the wand together. You can feel it sort of. And Kressara, you feel your connection to that fragment of the wand snap. And it's gone. You're no longer attuned to that fragment of the wand.
Okay. And
Aldis, you feel as sort of the two fragments you held are now three fragments. Sort of the strength of three together sort of comes through you. And you now, I'll send you the details for 3 fragments of the wand.
Okay, and I take that smaller fragment that I took out of the vault and I see if that fits on.
It does not.
All right. I will tuck that back into the bag of withholding.
As you hold that one in your hand, though, you do get a brief flash of a vision, a very fragmentary one, because you're not actually attuned to this fragment.
Mm-hmm.
You get a brief vision of vast, empty blackness, and just a vast expanse of stars, and the sense calling you upwards.
Okay.
Yes, so Kressara, you're no longer attuned to a fragment, and Aldis, you are tuned to 3 pieces of the wand.
Okay.
And there's one piece that does not yet seem to fit into the picture.
Okay.
And I would have told Aldis about my vision that I'd had.
Okay.
And Aldis, as you join the new fragment of the wand, you too get another sort of following flash of an image of this calling to eastwards, and this 2 shadows of 2 figures somewhere. It seems to be some kind of cave. This chanting of Elvish, and these 2 tall shadows stretched at the wall. One with a spider crown and staff, and the other, yes, a mind flayer.
Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. I am going to, after I get the vision and all of that, and very aware that we are on a ship and we don't actually have private quarters, I am very quickly going to place it inside the bag of withholding and close it back up.
Both fragments?
Yes.
And you're not attuned to the smaller fragment?
Correct.
Okay. Alright. So the rest of you on the boat, you felt something. You felt the sort of little hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. There's this sort of chill runs through the air. And Adair, you were definitely there when the first fragments were joined, so you recognised this feeling. Torvald, I'm not sure that you were. This is back when they were in a tomb underground a very long time ago. And Uno, you definitely don't recognise this feeling, but you get a definite sense of something, some power washing over the boat, and then it's gone.
Did you feel that, Adair? You're muted.
That doesn't work so well when I'm speaking, and it was really good too.
And now we'll never know.
Now you'll never know. Yeah, I think someone was putting pieces of the wand together. We might want to come up with a story for everyone else on the ship, because we probably don't want them to know what that was.
Well, maybe we can just play it off as, chilly air or something.
I like the new armor, by the way.
Why, thank you. It's quite shiny, isn't it?
It is.
Feels lighter for some reason, too.
Wonder how strong it is, and I'll punch him.
Feels pretty solid.
Careful you don't hurt yourself.
Kinda did.
I
I could use an axe if you'd like.
go ahead.
I think I'll leave that for... Maybe we can ask Kressara to hit it with a hammer.
I'm not sure that's wise.
Oh.
Probably not the best to beat each other up when we could be attacked by a sea serpent at any time.
Probably a good idea. Did you happen to see where Aldis was going?
I didn't see where she was going at all.
I'm a little concerned if she's messing around with the wand. Oh,
Well,
Lord.
all-powerful
Kressara had a
magical-
piece of it too.
All-powerful magical artifact. What could go wrong?
You do understand that Kressara had a piece of the wand as well.
Aye. I saw it when she pulled it out. Pretty fortunate we found 2 other pieces when it's been so long since we got the first 2. And we know where 2 others are. Not really looking forward to getting those, though.
And I'm going to put a hand on each shoulder and look Torvald straight in the eyes. You understand, Kressara has a piece of the wand.
Aye. So?
And we just felt energy from the wand go through the ship.
Aye. Your point?
I'm scared.
Okay. Do you want me to hold you or something?
Yes, please.
Torvald will put his hands on Adair's shoulders like he's...
I don't know if I should feel insulted or
somewhere far away. Ira feels like, wow, someone trusted me with the pieces more than Kressara. Me, the blabbermouth, who told everyone everything.
Yeah, Ira, literally everyone. Hey, we have a legendary weapon. Would you like to see it? Oh. So we're on a quest to find these bits, and there's one here, and there's one here.
We fought an orc.
I think I'll go check on them.
All right, I'll be here for you if you need me. Wouldn't want your feelings to get hurt or anything like that.
And I will go try to find Kressara and Aldis.
They're not hard to find. You're on a ship. Nobody's that hard to find. Yeah, but you find them as Aldis is returning the shards to the bag.
Is that all of them, Aldis?
All that we have.
Okay. Were you playing around with it? I kind of felt.
Just trying to join the pieces. We are missing. We have a small piece that's not joining yet with the bigger piece. So we're missing a piece in between. And Kressara and I both saw the vision of where to go next after this.
Oh, and I will ask, where is that?
In the dark with a woman wearing... Is Kressara wearing the hat?
no, it's in her bag right now. But she's got
it
the rod.
It was the hat that Torvald was wearing for a while, correct? So I'm familiar with what it looks like. All right. The woman was wearing one of the hats that that Torvald was wearing recently, the climbing one, the spider one.
The one
And
that
there
we
was
got after fighting the spider queen lady person.
The correct term is drow.
I wasn't there for that part. I assume so. And with her was Mind Flayer.
That tells us who, not exactly where.
In the dark.
I think I'm their queen.
Kressara, you don't have any more pieces of the wand, do you?
Why?
Just checking.
Maybe I still have one in my pocket.
You know, it might be safer in the bag.
Maybe I don't want to put it in the bag. You don't trust me with it? I'm not going to give it up. But you know what I do have?
I so want to make a give it up joke right now, but I'm going to try not to.
After what I did to Tiss last week, please don't. Please. I hold up my little iron flask. I do have this. You can't have it, though. I'm just curious what's in it.
So you don't know what's in it?
The flask? No.
It's got something in someone in it.
I shake it. Do I hear anything?
It doesn't rattle, no. It's got like a stopper in the top, and otherwise it's just an iron flask.
Don't open it yet. Wait until we need it.
I'm gonna tap on it.
There is something or someone in it, but wait. It might be a good distraction or might even help us with something. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe it's a copy of Fiven in a green nightshirt.
Oh no.
Like, no, I want to open it right now.
I don't think that would be wise, do you? I mean, it would seem odd around all these people. And
do we care?
Hey, we don't kink shame here.
Exactly. Why are you so interested in the wand that I have in my pocket?
Because as much as I would trust you with my life, Kressara, and have, you know this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have fought for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have a tendency to make you don't always think before you act. And with all the speaking of how powerful this wand is, it just concerns me that you might end the world.
I'll make you a deal. When the time comes, you help me rescue my daughter. I'll give up the piece of the wand to make you more comfortable.
Well, I've already told you, Kressara, but I will.
I'll give
Sorry,
up.
that was supposed to be audible.
I'll give up the wand. Aldis has got it. And then I pull out my little ship in a bottle and start tapping at it.
Yeah, we just give the wand to the person who blew a hole in someone's chest.
I'm the one that everybody's concerned about, okay? Me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're the one inside a ship tapping on a bottle with a ship inside of it.
Oh, you might want to save that one just in case, like, the ship goes down or something.
How many times can it be used? Can we put it back in here?
No, it's a one.
It's single use.
It's a single use. That's for like. That's like if the ship shinks. Ship.
The Sipshinks. The Sipshinks is a mythical beast.
Oh my
Please tell me the
goodness.
ship in the bottle has 3 dolphins on the front of it.
It
It
does.
does now.
It does
It
now.
does.
Okay.
There's dolphins on the front of
This
the ship.
Got a
ship
dolphin in a bottle.
sinks during another serpent attack, we can open that and have a new ship.
I think I'm gonna name it. I think I'm gonna name it the Dolphins Onslaught. That sounds really cool. Because of the dolphins on the front, that just sounds like a really good ship name. So I'll put the Dolphins Onslaught back in my bag. Of course, I would never let this ship ever, sink from a kraken or anything.
I'm sure we'll never face anything like this on the water.
No, because we're all definitely skilled sailors.
One of you knows how to sail.
All right.
These waters are too bright.
Okay,
we're on the
so-
light waters.
So, actually, Adair, I also had a second vision, but it wasn't as strong as the one with the mind flayer in it. Basically, we were up and up and up and up and up in, like, among the stars. But that was it.
Well, I think we would need our other ship for that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you shared this with Uno and Torvald?
No, I only just had it. Right before putting it back in the bag.
I think at some point not now. I'd like to look at the wand just to see if it does anything since I've had the dreams.
Well, the only way I was able to get it open today was to actually feed it my tears, so we're probably not going to get it to open again today.
I really, really don't like 4.
No, but it might prevent theft.
By anyone unless someone steals the bag, of course.
But who would ever want a bag that doesn't open?
You don't know it doesn't open until you try to open it.
Maybe we
Actually,
should put a note on the front of it.
and I am going to, at this point, take off my overdress and put the bag on under it, and then put my overdress back on.
Like a
Shall we
tourist
go
going on
see-
holidays. Like it's.
Yeah.
Shall we see what Orica has made for dinner?
Oh yes, I
Uh,
want to learn from her. Maybe get better.
Well, you'd already actually had dinner tonight. Because you had dinner on shore, but
breakfast.
Hey, this is a trial for the rest of the crew.
But yeah, she's cooked up a basically she brought some more of her goat stew along for the rest of the crew tonight, seeing as she'd already prepared it on land. And she's you see her tallying through the ship's stocks, chatting with the captain, sorting out so there's enough eggs for breakfast. But yes, so having united parts of the dangerous artifact with each other and then shove them back in the alternate dimension where they live.
Leave that alone. Stop.
That, unless anyone else has anything to do they want to do that night, we shall move on. Not quite till morning, because while most of you are sleeping soundly, Aldis, you find yourself in a dream. And in this dream, like you are in real life, you're on a boat. Only this boat is not the Harpy. This boat is a rather lovely, slender barge, sort of in like a silvery wood. It seems very similar to that the Cloud Maiden is made out of. But you can see it's been sort of decorated along the sides with shards of crystal that seem to fuse with the wood itself. And decorated with a few sort of flowers trailing from the bow. It's a very, very regal looking barge. And seated in like a chair, more of a throne really, on this barge, you see your patron, the Queen in the Mirrors. As ever in her, this long, multicoloured, glittering gown, but with a face you can't seem to focus on. You cannot remember what she looks like. And your eyes instead drawn to this glittering necklace of crystal shards, at the centre of which hangs one shard of the crystal wand.
Mm-hmm.
She smiles across at you and goes, Aldis, dear. It's been a while.
It has. Things have been kind of busy for me.
Yes, I see progress has been made.
Yes, well, we,
One step closer to bringing me what I need.
Yes,
As
and
promised.
yes, definitely. But we lost the we've got to find our way back to our ship.
Well, the means to get there are already within your grasp. Or very close to it.
Is it?
Yes.
To get to our ship that flies?
Yes. And no, you don't have to click your heels together. But she sort of touched to her shard of the wand, goes, each of these grants a power. And, depending on their part and their shard, depends on the type and the strength of the power. Mine, which will one day be joined with the rest when you bring it to me, being the greatest of all. The one the Gith had when they began was a mere trifle, a trinket. As was that in Hjalmar's tomb, and the one that the storm giants left behind when they left this place. The one you found, the one the cloud giants were keeping, that one is of more considerable power. The Shard of Mist.
Oh.
And its power is that of transportation.
Okay. I did not know that.
Well, see, I am helpful. Now,
Well, you have always been helpful, and I appreciate everything.
Good. Now you see, I have helped you, I have granted you powers, I have granted you information. I have given you Sindri to, watch over you and help you. Magic to defend yourself and your friends. But now, the question is, what have you done for me?
I'm looking for a location to build the perfect shrine for you.
I see. Looking for the perfect location. Why is it that the King of the Mists, the Ella King, such a lesser king such as he, has multiple shrines built to his name now, and I hear there are pamphlets?
That I don't know.
I was to become a god, not him.
Oh, no.
Well, you should do something about it. I would. No more shrines to the Mist King until I have at least one of my own. Understood?
Yes.
My patience is not inexhaustible. And if you wish me to teach you more, which I can do and will do, if you wish me to teach you more, you must help me. Now, we will speak again soon. And, Aldis, you awake to find yourself up on the deck of the ship. With a couple of the sailors sort of looking at you, kind of like, should we do something?
I forgot to tie myself down. I am going to go back into the sleeping area, and I'm going to wake up Kressara.
Yeah, is it time to eat?
No, I just had a dream scolding.
Oh. About what?
I'm getting in big trouble because the Mist King has shrines, and I have yet to build one for her.
How does she even know that? If she's chastising you for this, that means she feels threatened. We need to get more shrines to the Mist King so he's more powerful.
She said that she won't help me any longer if she doesn't get a shrine soon. And it has to be before the Mist King has another.
Well, one, there are other gods that would love to have you. So, there's always that. Two, I wonder if the Mist King would be mad at me if I helped you build an altar and then subsequently built him another altar immediately after.
Maybe not immediately after, and not in the same space.
I know the feeling. You understand now.
Okay, but I need your help with that. And I'll need a giant mirror. Maybe not a giant mirror, and she gestures up the deck, because, yeah, but a large one.
We need to be careful how big of a shrine we give her. The bigger, more elaborate the shrine, the more power. At least that is my understanding from home. Maybe give her a rock.
It's got to be bigger than that. Otherwise, I don't know, she might be able to take what she's given me away. And she still has one of the crystals.
She's not going to give us the crystal, you know that, right? She fully expects you to give over the shards that we've already collected. And then it's over.
Yes.
Have you thought about converting to the Mist King? If he knows that we're helping bring him to power, he would probably give you powers. And he wouldn't kill you.
I don't know if I could be tied to two different fae.
What about Stormbringer? Or even Snow Maiden? Have you thought about doing anything in their name? I'm sure if you proved your loyalty, they would protect you.
Tis.
Yes.
Did we pass any of the any temples or anything like that through the town?
In this town, you did see there seemed to be some sort of local temple shrine based on the decorations outside. It did look to be dedicated. Actually, yeah, make me a religion check, because some of their sort of iconography and emblems are quite different from. Yeah, you can put your heads together, sort of have a little chit chat together over. Hang on, I think I saw this. Yeah, so Aldis, you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
So you're trying to think back to what you saw.
16.
Based on the symbols, you'd say that, interestingly, the gods they seem to have sort of focused their shrine on were the Stormbringer, which makes sense but not quite in the way you're used to seeing her shrine. Like, this looks like perhaps a different version or interpretation of her.
Mm-hmm.
Also the Thunderer.
Mm-hmm.
Some form of fishing god you're not familiar with, and Lady Luck.
You need away from that queen. I don't think she realizes how many pieces that you have.
Oh, she knows. She knows.
What is she going to do when we collect another one? And you still yet don't hand them over to her?
She won't take them all, and she won't take them unless we have all of them but hers.
I'm trying to build us a powerful ally. If we help him, he'll help us. He's done it so far.
Mm-hmm. How many hours until sunrise?
At this point, probably a couple, but
okay. I am going to oh, there it is. I think I'm going to go think for a minute, and then I'll let you know what I decide, and then I'll be right back.
All right.
And I'm going to go up onto the deck, and I'm going to start pacing and thinking.
okay. So, apart from pacing and thinking, does anyone have anything else they want to do, or should we pick up in the morning?
The only thing Kressara would do is check up on Fire, make sure he's cool. And
I've not been able to burn anything in ages.
I'm working on it.
Burn people or things. Just fire.
How would you feel about having a friend?
More fire?
No, think a different element. More like blowy, wind.
Yeah.
Makes fire.
Makes more fire.
And then
I can eat air.
Mm-hmm.
I can eat them right up, and then it'll just be me.
Wait, no, bad. You have to work together.
Burn.
Hey, behave.
always scary when Tiff leans over to grab something. Stop that.
distract me whilst I'm trying to pick books off the floor. That's how you get loud thunks.
I know, but it's always scary when you go for the book. That means something's fixing to happen.
No, it just means I need to check something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Ben. But yeah, what were you doing, Kressara?
After having a chat with him, I'm going to gather anything I have in my bag that would make a little mini amulet that I can make for the Mist King that I can wear, but I'm not going to complete it until after I talk to Aldis again. I just want to make sure I have everything there so I can make it.
Okay. Alright. So, morning comes on the ship. Orica is busy making seems to be some sort of scrambled egg-based dish with toasted bread. Simple but good. I mean, you're just leaving harbour, so you've still got all the fresh food on board. No need to resort to ship's rations yet. And
are we out at sea yet, or are we still docked?
well, yeah. As Orica is cooking up breakfast, the rest of the crew are busy casting off as the Harpy is ready to set sail out on it, continuing its journey. So, yeah, you've got a chance to, if you had anything discussion that needed to happen that morning, and you've got plenty of chance to. Everyone else on the ship is pretty busy with ship-related duties. So yeah, you are pretty free.
Let other people go first.
What was that?
And if people don't have stuff to do, we may be potentially entering a period of like semi-downtime here as the ship heads off around the coast, unless people have any urgent business they want to address before the ship or as the ship is setting sail.
I would have gone before the ship, but if the ship, it would have been just before sunrise.
Yeah, you got time before the ship set sail. Like you were already awake and on deck, so.
Okay. So in that case, I would have gone to Kressara and says, I'm going to go to that temple. I should hope to be back before we cast off.
Would you prefer that I go with you so you're not alone? I could wait outside.
No, this way they can ask. If where I'm at, you can tell them. I am going to remove. Can you please keep an eye on these? And I'm going to remove my belt that has my pouches and things that's got attached to it my Book of Shadows, and inside one of the pockets it's got that mirror that I use to communicate with the Queen of Mirrors. Keep this safe. I will be back.
I will. Be careful.
And then I'm going to go to that temple.
Okay, so you head along, and it's a fairly simple stone building decorated with sort of amulets hung outside, and inside there are 4 altars, each with various offerings laid out, and nothing huge and fancy. Like there's some coins, some dried fish in front of one of them, a few other little amulets, talismans, bits of, like scraps of paper wrapped up and tied with ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
There's currently no one around. It's pretty early, really early in the morning. Still doesn't look like whoever tends this temple has got up yet.
Okay. I am going to take the small knife that I have that's on my person. I'm going to take that. I'm actually going to cut off a piece of my hair and put a little bit of blood on that and put it on the altar for Stormbringer. And I am going to pray to her for some guidance. You're muted.
Okay, so as we've done before, when you're trying to make direct contact with the gods in order to try and actually get a response, make me a religion and charisma check. Because this is...
All right, so I don't so charisma, that's just a d20, and then I add my religion. No.
You add your proficiency bonus if you're proficient in religion, or don't if you're not. Yes, because this is less knowing about religion and more
Practicing it.
trying to be a cleric. Without the proper qualifications.
14 plus... Okay, so charisma, so that's 14 is my roll. My charisma's +4. And then my religion is +1. So that's 19.
Okay, so you sort of send up this prayer to the Stormbringer, the goddess of the depths of the ocean, and the swirling tempest of destruction and devastation and shipwrecks.
And nature.
And nature, but nature in its wild and chaotic form. And you hear, outside you can hear the waves sort of washing back and forth against the shore. And then through these waves you sort of start to hear the edge of a voice that goes, "Daughter of the sea. What do you call me for?"
I seek guidance in magical things, and I feel a stronger connection to you than most of the other gods.
You wish to dedicate yourself to my service?
I think so. If that will... if it will help me get out under the thumb of another.
You must come to our service out of true belief, out of true desire to honor the gods.
And I do.
Not merely for your own reward.
And I do.
We do not strike bargains. We are not the Fae. To dedicate yourself, all you need to do is worship, believe, and powers will flow through you as they do through your friend. And all that is left is the sound of the waves.
Okay. All right. I will.
And at this point, you hear the creak of a door, and this little old lady. "Oh, you're up early. Do you want to help me light some candles?" Dorothea,
sure.
isn't it? I remember you. You're Niall's girl, right? Oh, you've grown up.
No, I'm from Isfjell.
Oh, don't know where that is.
I will help her light.
Starts lighting candles.
I'll help, and I'll clean up as I do as well. Before
And yeah, as you finish sort of cleaning up and light the candles, you hear shouts from outside. You hear, "Ropes away! Heave away!"
Oh, I need to go, and I will thank her and
say hi to Neil for me.
Okay, and then I will run back to the ship.
And you run back to the ship just as they're wrapping up the ropes, pulling in the gangplank. Ready to set sail as you sort of hurry up and scramble onto the boat. And yeah, the others are already up at this point. And you see Aldis come running in from the town.
Are you all right, Aldis? Aldis?
Yes, I've just got a lot on my mind.
You look like you've seen a ghost or something.
No ghosts, just seeking some wisdom.
All right, is it something you'd like to talk about?
Maybe not at this moment. I've still some thinking to do.
All right. You know we're here for you, right? Okay. Well, why don't you get some rest and think through whatever you need thinking through, and we'll be here when you're done.
Thank you.
We're eating breakfast currently, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Torvald will kind of like scrape together a plate for her too, and
here, eat this too. You don't want to be doing any thinking on an empty stomach, or you'll just be thinking about all the food you want to eat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She'll take the food back into the room and eat, and then just sit and think.
Okay. So, as Aldis mulls over her future and the various paths it may take, and the rest of you, essentially, unless you have anything urgent to do. Alright, so the Harpy sets sail around the coast, and the next few days are clear, plain sailing. No sea serpents, no storms, no horrible monstrosities from the depths. You've got 3 days of peaceful sailing. With good wind. Actually, 4 days. Let's say 4 days of peaceful sailing, and as you sail around the coast, you can see the rocky hills of this area. There don't seem to be many towns. In fact, you don't really see any other harbours after you've left the Cloud Giants. It's just rocks and hills. Occasionally you see movement off in the distance on the horizon, perhaps a couple of stone giants walking along the shore, the rattle of people throwing rocks in the distance at night. And you swear at one point you saw the wings of a dragon off in the distance, further inland. But nothing bothers your boat. And after 4 days sailing, well, is there anything any of you want to do within those 4 days?
I made a lot of pamphlets.
oy vey.
I would just get to know Davina better.
And so that was when I came up with the idea. So if you change the crystal matrix to align with the elemental, then you can channel the elemental energy into the crystal.
Sure. That's interesting.
Oh, sorry.
Can you do that with things that aren't elementals? Can you, like, just trap a person in it?
not as far as I've told. There's stories of magical items that could do that, trap physical beings sort of in like a transdimensional space, like a bag of holding, but smaller and sort of in stasis.
So for
Seems
that
quite a cruel thing to do, to be honest.
For that elf person, can you just trap a bunch of elementals and crystals and then just kind of throw them at them?
Oh, I could do that. Yes, I would so love to just throw a fire elemental in her face.
Sure. I think that'd be fun. And we have many conversations like that.
She details many ways in which, yeah, she tells you about stories about her homeland, about sort of court in Yezebin, about the queen, and all sorts of court gossip. A lot of the names don't mean anything to you. She tells stories of heroes of her land and all sorts of things. So you will have in future probably advantage on any history checks related to
Tila. Okay, cool.
To Tila, based on
cool.
the amount of talking Davina has done.
Una will try to tell her as little as possible, which I think is relatively easy considering she just talks. Nice. Change of pace. That's all.
Okay.
Dare's going to spend the evenings drawing down the stars and asking the crew about the constellations and the shapes, and then taking those to Kressara and Aldis and asking if these look like anything from the visions.
Interesting.
Okay. At that point, we would Aldis would want to sit in a private area for that. And she's actually going to remove the cloak of protection and give it to Adair.
What is this for?
I can't use this and the crystal piece by itself. So you can use it if you need to. Or I don't know.
Thank you. I'll hold on to it for you.
Okay. And I think at that point I'll unattune.
Okay, yeah. So you're unattuning from the cloak of protection, and
I would like to attune to that. I'm going to attempt to pull it out of the bag.
Given that, this has taken place over like 4 days, I think we'll say that at some point within those 4 days you managed to persuade the bag to open. Maybe it's not the first time. Maybe you have to like put this hot conversation on pause for a few hours and come back later.
Okay.
But yes, eventually you manage to get the bag open. And you see this small, quite unassuming looking fragment.
And I'm going to sit with it and I'm going to attune to it to see if I can get a clearer image of what it gave me.
Yes, so first of all, as you sort of tuning, the vision, you get this vision back again, the sense calling you pretty much directly upwards. And this vision of a vast sea of stars. And then you see something swimming through this sea. You see...
Okay.
Yes. You see 3... They look kind of like seashells, these curled shells with long tendrils trailing out from behind them. At first you think maybe you got this wrong, maybe this is a sea you're looking at. And then you get a sense of distance, almost of scale, as one of these draws near it, and you realise that you're in fact looking at these enormous ammonite-like ships with all windows bored in their hull. And as they sort of sail on past you, you see that these are living, but they are these enormous ships sailing through a sea of stars. And then you hear this sound. It's like breaking glass. And for a brief instant you get this glimpse of this swirl of just chaos and colour and brightness, and then the vision ends.
Okay.
And you are attuned to this new fragment of the wand. And I will tell you what it does. One sec. It's up to you whether or not you wish to share that with your fellows.
I am going to describe the image that I get. And then it's just me and Torvald, correct?
It's up to you who you want to tell this to. You can gather as many or as few people as you wish.
Well, at this point, it is just me and Torvald. Not Torvald. Adair. Oh boy. I'm sorry.
We do look a lot alike, you know.
I think I might need a nap.
One of us has a real beard and one of us has a fake beard. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just have this conversation with Adair, or you can gather more people. It is entirely up to you. This is all sort of taking place during a period of 4 days. Like, time is not a problem.
Okay, well, Adair came to Aldis alone, or?
Well, I said Aldis and Kressara, assuming I would try and get the two of you together since you were both involved with that vision and shardy stuff.
Okay, well, sure. If Kressara's there too, I'll share the vision with her as well. And then I will also share the dream that I had that night before we took off again, and tell them that this will let me teleport. I can see about teleporting to our ship right now, if you want. I don't know if I can take people with me or not.
It is as the teleport spell. So, yes,
okay.
You can take, I think it's up to 8 people. You and up to 8 willing individuals.
Are you sure how far it can take you? Are you sure you know how to tell it where you want to go?
Not yet. We can cast, I guess. I don't know what teleport says and does, so...
I'm not going to read the whole thing out because it's a very long spell. It takes up like more than half a page in the book. So I'm not reading all that out.
Okay, well, I can...
But the summary version is you can take either you and 8 people, or you can teleport an object if it's not too big. And the difficulty of doing this depends on where you're trying to get to. If it's a permanent teleportation circle that already exists, or something you're trying to like match a piece of, then it's pretty easy. Otherwise than that, if it's a familiar object, it's easier than like if you just seen a glimpse of it. And yeah, if you're just working off the description, it gets very tricky to get to an accurate place.
Okay, so if I were to say, let's teleport to our flying ship, regardless of where it is, would that still work?
I'd say that would count as a very familiar thing.
Okay.
So that would work. It has a chance of going wrong, but it's less... Like you've got about a 75% chance of getting exactly to where you want to go.
Okay. It might work. I don't know. I've never done it before. We can wait until we get too sure to try it. I can bring you all with me. That way we're not separated.
Do we have any parts of the ship? Because there is the associated object teleport thing, which would be 100% chance. So if you have any chunks from the ship or things that you took from the ship that was originally on it.
Kressara does not count as part of the ship.
It was a freaking chair, man. How does that not count?
She was part of the ship.
Yeah, to be fair, we've been part of the ship before.
That's
so.
metaphorical.
That should still count.
Yeah.
It would probably be best if we didn't just disappear from the ship in the middle of the water.
All right, then we'll wait till we get to shore then and disembark. It'll cut a few days off of our trip walking.
And this gives us time to rest a bit and think about things.
So yeah, as per your attunement, you know that this wand fragment, it recharges every 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how far of a journey it is from port to where our ship last was?
Depends which port. The one you're arriving at sort of soon is the port of Farwater. Then from there it'll be another, I think,
It's
for
approximately
about 2 days to Ironhaven.
Well, from here it looks like that's 285 miles rounding up.
Yes, that is
So-
accurate.
So I would say it's just from Ironhaven to the boat, that's 10 days. If we hit how many miles a day?
30 is standard traveling.
So yeah, it'd be about 10 days.
I think we should probably try to teleport. It's going to take us a long time to get there, and this could save us a considerable amount. And I believe time might be of the essence, seeing as there's monsters crawling onto the ground and everything.
Are we taking Davina with us?
We have to.
If Uno is part of this conversation, yes. I don't know if Uno's there or not.
Of course. Why would we not have Uno?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll end up in Telefen eventually, right? Where else would she go?
Well, it might be best that we part ways and we go about our business.
But we've led her in the exact opposite direction of Telefen, haven't we?
She's not going to Telefen, but the more crystals we have, the higher chance of her taking it from us.
No, she wouldn't.
Her other half might.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'd kill her. Uno says
Alright.
not very reassuringly.
Or we could just leave her and not have to kill her and let her go about her business.
Maybe she'll find another piece of the wand and we can kill her and take it from her.
There's also a fair chance that the boat isn't where it was, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what if we teleport in the middle of, like, that dragon person, right? There was a dragon lady?
Yes.
What if she already has the ship and we just teleport onto it?
Then we'd have to be ready to fight right when we get there.
And we would
Okay.
have surprise on our side.
Well, then wouldn't we want more people to fight?
If they're on our side. I don't fancy getting attacked from, front and back.
Okay. Yeah, we can part ways.
I can get her to write in my book. And that way we can contact her later.
I just feel bad abandoning her, I suppose. I'm quite fond of her at this point, but
Are we sure she won't attack us?
I mean, I guess not. So it's fine. I just know she'll be making her way back to Telefen, and we are in a very different location than that. But I'm sure she'll find her way back.
mean, we could just
sometimes
not-
when you're fond of something, you have to let it go, even if it hurts.
Sure. No, I know that. I just don't want her to die or get lost.
Well, it might be best that we let her go in case she gets in her way and you have to do your plan B.
Okay.
It's not like she's weak. She can handle herself in a fight.
That's fair.
Will she fit inside the bag of withholding?
No. Would you, Kressara? Would you? Have you tried?
No, but I would love to.
Can we do that actually? That'd be very funny. Pull it out, pull it out.
Down.
What if it closes in the middle? And you bite your leg off.
Oh,
And your
wait,
leg's
no.
just floating in space.
Anyone who likes can make me an intelligence check or an arcana check about this if they would like.
I'll make an arcana check.
Did anyone take the crown? I don't know if Aldis pocketed it or not.
Nobody took the crown.
I've got an 18.
You know enough about the design of bags of holding and withholding to know that there is very limited air supply in there, and that while a living creature could go in,
It's not necessary living when it
they
comes out.
would not be able to survive very long inside there.
You just give it like a snorkel.
And given that the bag is can be often very unwilling to reopen,
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that.
Well, it was just a thought, so we didn't have to leave her behind. You know, I don't like to leave people behind, ever. But I also don't want to die.
yeah, to keep a living creature bound up in a small space, you need something specifically designed for that. Like an iron flask.
You know,
Mm-mm. You've already got something in there. Don't release it yet.
fine.
Okay. So yeah, after 4 days sailing, the Harpy arrives into the town of Farwater, which appears to be a pretty bustling trading town. You can see there's shops built along the wharfs. There's people sort of selling goods that have come sort of from further into the mountains. Various dwarvish and gnomish made things that have come from the upper levels of Kazgazan, as well as lots of furs and items traded down from sort of this northern kingdom, which is Drathvi. Yeah, so the captain will sort of express his desire, stay here for a day, and asks whether you want to disembark here or continue on to Ironhaven.
Well, I think we'll part ways here. And we've got a way to get to our ship. So, it was a pleasure traveling with you.
And thank you for everything you did to save us from the sea serpent. And I wish you the best of luck through the Forest of Bones. I've heard it's a horrible, terrible place.
Well, if all goes well, we won't have to travel through it. So,
May we
wish us luck.
Of course,
I have a bones absolutely full of undead.
We should go through there. Actually, please.
She's like forest of things I love.
Yes. Forest of things I hate and love to kill.
After we get our ship.
Okay.
And I've got one important question, Tor. Can I keep the cook?
Who are they asking?
You were the one having the conversation with him, so he turns to you. Can we keep the cook? I mean, she said she'll work for like 5 copper.
How much did Aldis learn?
a fair bit, Aldis. Definitely lower DCs on all future cooking checks.
I was going to ask Aldis if she would have Orica write her name in the book.
Yes.
So-
Yes, I could. And I will.
How many names do you get in that book? Just as many as you can fit?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. We can keep tabs on everyone.
Yeah, and as Orica does not know that this is a secret book of shadows, she happily signs her name in the book.
What's the official title for this book? Is it the Book of DM's Bane? Like, you just have to remember all these NPCs now, and she can recall them at any point in time.
Pretty much.
I want to talk to this person right now.
I mean, it's essentially a sending spell, which that's how a sending spell works. It's the player says, I want to talk to that shopkeeper we met 3 months ago to ask him about the current prices of this, and you. So yeah, Orica and any other crew members that you ask will happily write their name in this book because
Okay.
they don't know what it is.
Let's see. The captain?
Yeah, he'll write his name.
What's the captain's name spelled out? So I have it in my notes.
I will send it to you in just a sec when I've dug it out of my notes. So, yeah, the captain sort of bids farewell, and yes, you disembark at Far Water. There we go. Nikolai Silvazny.
Thank you.
And Davina sort of disembarks along with you. So, where are we going next?
Davina, we were actually hoping to part ways at this point. We have to get back to the ship. And we figured you have much to do and go about in Telefen as you make your way back.
This isn't Telefen. This is... I don't even know where this is. We're in the Western Wastes here. It's all orcs and goblins.
Yes, well, you're still at port, so I assume you can just stick with Torvazni or find a ship back or what have you.
But I'm almost as far away from Telefen as I was. You're just leaving me here?
It wasn't exactly my choice. I think it's just for the best of everyone that we part ways. I'd keep you around if I could. At least to get you back home. But I believe in your strength and your ability to overcome challenges, and I think perhaps a journey back alone might give you some time to, I don't know, do some more work on yourself.
I need you to promise me that you'll make sure that they do what they said, that they help Telefen, that they don't just, forget it and drop it to the end of a long list of things they keep meaning to get around to. Like,
if you would like,
every day lost is another day.
Here, if you'd like, you can write your name here, and then I will find a way to contact you when we get to Telefen again.
She looks at you, looks at the book, looks at you, looks down at the book and goes, I'm not writing my name in there.
No, it's safe.
My
name's in there. Yeah, you can sign next to mine. Like a little yearbook kind of. It's fun.
That's... Look, I know enough about magic to know weird warlock shit when I see it.
You don't have to.
This allows me to contact people without having to use a sending stone.
And you promise that it's not gonna, that I've swear on something really important to you that by signing my name in this book, I won't have like sold my soul to whoever it is you're a front for.
It's not like it can attach a demon to you or anything.
Look, I've already got a demon. I don't need
Exactly.
I don't want multiple
Your soul's
problems.
already spoken for.
That's terrifying. Fine. She signs Davina Coldwater in the book.
Now we have her. Just joking, Davina.
I was about to say, can we mess with her now?
Jared just starts cackling maniacally.
Promise you won't forget my people.
Davina, you are my first attempt at caring about someone that I am not obligated to be in a party with. And I enjoyed it. So you have my promise on behalf of the Diamond family that we will return. And she'll go ahead and kiss her hand as a way of sealing. The Diamond family does.
And Davina sort of pauses and gives you another very awkward hug.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Nice. Pat.
And then she backs away. And yeah, is there anything you need to do or want to do before you teleport your way back to the Cloud Maiden?
Cross your fingers.
Alright, in which case, yeah, you gather up your group, got all your stuff with you, and Aldis, you've got the shard. I need you to roll me a D100, and we will
Okay.
see where this will take you.
I am going to suggest everyone hold hands before we do this. I've never rolled a D100 before, so it's the D10 plus the 100 to get the proper number? Or...
Yes.
Oops.
Yeah, the one with the 0 is the 10s, so like 30.
And the one with
the other one's
the
ones.
double 0 is the 100.
Love a good D100.
Well,
Dice of Cthulhu.
double 0 would be 0, so it'd be like 1 through 10.
Agreement.
Well, I have 84.
84. Alright. So, there's sort of, in a puff of mist, the 5 party members disappear from Farwater. And we'll find out next week what they find when they reappear on the deck of the Cloud Maiden. Where is the Cloud
not.
Maiden? Who has the Cloud Maiden?
And I had the Cloud Maiden pictured clearly in my mind.
And are they friendly? So yeah, we'll see you next week.